Good morning, yogis. My name is Daniel. This is Daniel Lee Yoga, and thank you for joining me for practice today. Class today will be a 60-minute Vinyasa focused class, all levels, and today will be a little special as this will be my last class streaming on YouTube, maybe for a while, maybe forever, who knows. Just making some adjustments as far as now being able to teach and practice indoors, outdoors, just in person is becoming more accessible now. And so just starting to transition away from teaching class online. So it's definitely been quite a journey since starting this right when the pandemic started, and hopefully things are just continue to get better around the world. But just want to thank and appreciate everyone who's been along for the journey. So if you're here watching live now, thank you. If you're here watching later, just want to appreciate your presence always in practice. Ellen, thank you. Thank you for, oh, good morning to you as well. Ellen, you've been a trooper throughout class, so I appreciate you putting up with all my technical difficulties and everything throughout class. So you're always a wonderful and welcome presence, and I hope you can find something that works for you after this. I'll still be teaching on Free Baltimore Yoga for the next couple of months. That's usually about one class a month, so you can still find me there. But as far as YouTube, starting to transition away from that. Otherwise, if you're in the Las Terrenas area, you can always look me up and we can find a class to take or teach together. But otherwise, back to class for now. This will be a nice, gentle hip opener, all levels class. So I'll provide many modifications along the way so you can find a path that works for you. As far as props, you may be helpful to find a block or a prop around this size. Today I've got some chocolate crisps that I will be enjoying after class today. So I've just got that small box here ready to go. So if you do have a prop around that size, it'll be helpful for class today. So just keep that nearby. I also just have an old shirt or strap. Just if you want it, you can keep it nearby. Not really using that for class today. Always nice to have though. Okay, so find your prop, find your nice comfortable seat. We'll get started in a cross-legged seat with our ankles underneath our knees, knees bent, rooting down through our sit bones and rising up through the crown of our heads. All right, beginning class with just some gentle breath work here. As you find your comfortable seat, we'll begin breathing through the nostrils. So just gently closing your lips and finding your natural rhythm through your nostrils, allowing yourself to transition into your practice now. And just for a moment or two, you can rest your arms or your palms wherever is most comfortable. Just continuing to deepen into your nostril breathing. Okay, so now taking your left hand, just placing it into your lap, palm facing up, and then your right hand is going to come close to your head and allow us to work a pranayama breathing technique called Nadi Shodhana. So we'll start by separating the fingers so that the index and the middle finger come together, and then the ring finger and the pinky finger come together, and then the thumb is separate. So what we'll be doing is alternating. So the right thumb will come to the right nostril. You can put it there now. And then the ring finger and the pinky finger will come to the left nostril. Then you can use the index and the middle finger just right between your eyes just to keep your hand nice and stable right where it goes. So you'll start by pressing your thumb into your right nostril. You'll inhale through your left nostril. Then you'll close that nostril with your ring finger and pinky finger, and then exhale through your right nostril. Inhale through your right nostril. Close your right nostril. Open the left. Exhale. Inhale. Close. Exhale through the right nostril. and inhale. So just take a moment, repeat that, so hopefully that makes sense to you. So again, your middle finger and your index finger will come just to the middle of between your eyes on your forehead, and then you'll be alternating. You exhale and inhale through one side, then you close, and then you exhale and inhale through the other side. So we'll be alternating back and forth. Okay, so let's begin. So again, place your index in your middle finger between your eyes. Start by closing the left nostril. We'll start on the right side, so right thumb is open. And begin by inhaling through the right nostril. Close that off. Exhale through the left. Inhale left. Close and switch. Exhale right. Inhale right. Close and switch. Exhale left. Inhale left. Close and switch. Exhale right. Inhale right. Close and switch. Exhale left. Inhale left. Close and switch. Exhale right. Inhale right. Close and switch. And keep continuing on your breath. Maybe you increase the length or decrease the length of your inhales and exhales. Just find a nice, steady pattern that works for you. If you ever get mixed up, just remember to exhale on one side, inhale on the same side, then you switch. Let's go for 3 more rounds on each side. Last round here. All right, once you finish, just remove your hands, place them both back to your knees or your thighs or your lap. Just sit and settle. You can return to normal breathing either through your nostrils or your mouth. Take 2 or 3 just slow, deep breaths here on your own. Just know that's a nice little breathing technique. I like to take that sometimes when I need just time to settle, time to make a decision, just allowing yourself to find some peace within your body, within your mind. Nadi Shodhana. All right, let's gently blink our eyes open if they're closed, meeting right in tabletop position. From your tabletop, we have our wrists below our shoulders, knees below our hips, fingers nice and spread, tops of the feet to the mat. Make sure you place the wrist creases, line them up with the short edge of your mat, or maybe you slightly turn them out. Again, with the fingers nice and spread, you're pressing down through the base of each finger and each palm equally, and a gentle press to the tops of the shins and the knees into the mat. Starting with some wrist exercises. So this is our beginning position with our fingers nice and spread, fingers facing forward, wrist back. Let's start to move. So open the fingers out to the sides that the wrists are in, fingers out. Then the wrists come back, the fingers come back to face to knees, then the wrists are in front. And then move back through the side. So fingers out, wrists in, back to where we started, fingers forward, wrists back. So keep moving, fingers out, wrists in, fingers back, wrist forward. just starting one arm at a time, nice and gentle. You can slowly sway your hips side to side if you'd like. Just do one more round here. And then the next time your fingers are facing your knees with your wrist forward, stay here. Gentle bend in the elbows, and then just gently rock forward and back. Try to keep the entire base of your palm on the mat. Just allowing a nice wrist and forearm stretch here. Okay, releasing back to neutral. And come down to forearm tabletop. So right where your wrists are, you'll drop your elbows, keeping your forearms nice and parallel. Palms in the base of each finger and each palm still equally pressed down through the mat. Keep your shoulders above your wrists, hips above your knees, tops of the feet to the mat. Add some cow cats here. So on your inhale, drop the navel, send the heart forward, look up. Exhale, round the back, shoulders separate, head hangs heavy, cat pose. Keep moving on your breath. Inhaling forward and exhale, round. Two more times. Nice, slow, and controlled movements here. What's up, Gonini? Nice you to show up during cat pose. And then gently release back through neutral. Coming back through tabletop. From our tabletop, working our balance here. Begin by extending the right leg straight back, curl the toes under, press back through that right heel. Opposite arm, left arm extends forward. Keep the fingers on the mat, thumb up, pinky down, so the palm faces in. Now notice if your shoulders or your hip moved. Try to keep both your shoulders and your hips equidistant from the mat, both sides. Draw the navel in and up, chin slightly tucks. Keep still pressing down through the base of each finger on that right arm. Firming the outer upper arm in so the elbow creases face forward. Hold for one more breath. Exhale, gently release back through your tabletop. Switch to the other side. So curl and extend the left leg back. Extend the right arm forward. Palm in, pinky down, thumb up. Keep that left toe curled under. Draw the navel in and up. Again, chin is tucked, gaze is up towards the top of your mat. Remember, just notice how your hips or your pelvis move by extending your arm and your leg forward and back. Hold here for one more breath. And exhale, gently release back through tabletop. We'll switch. This time we have the option to hover. So extend the right leg back, the left arm forward. Either stay here or lift the right leg up to hip height. The left arm lifts up to shoulder height. Palm still stays in, drawing the navel in and up. Tailbone draws down towards the back of that ankle. Keep firming your outer upper arm in so that right elbow crease faces forward. Hold for one more breath. And exhale, gently release. We'll switch to the other side. So curl the left toe under, extend the left leg back, right arm forward. Either keep the fingertips and the toes on the mat, or lift the left leg up to hip height, right arm up to shoulder height. Palm faces in, thumb up, pinky down. With that left leg back, gentle spin of the inner left thigh in and up towards the sky, keeping the knee and the toe facing down towards the mat. Keep drawing the navel in and up for one more breath. And exhale, gently release back through tabletop. From your tabletop, stay right where you are, but extend your right leg out to the side. Point the toes away from your body. Have your knee bent to start. Try to have your right ankle and left knee about in the same line. And with that knee bent, then walk your hands back, lifting your torso up. Place your hands to your hips, setting up for Parigasana gate pose. Now notice right now there's a little too much weight on your left knee and you need more support. Roll up your mat or place a towel underneath that left knee. And try to stack your knee, hip, and shoulder all in one line. Now with this right leg opened out to the side if you'd like, you can start to walk the right toes a little farther away from your body. Just trying to maintain the entire right foot on the mat, knee drawing away. Just a gentle hip opener here. Okay, adding a side lean. So release the right arm down to the right side. Left arm up to the sky. Take an inhale as you lengthen through your spine. Exhale, side bend, right side. So keep gently pressing down through all four corners of that right foot. And adding your side bend, avoid twisting here, keeping your shoulders and your hips squared forward. And even here, a gentle press to the top of that left shin and top of the left foot into the mat. Creating length in that left side body, but avoid crunching into the right side ribs. Just to your capacity, hold for one more breath. And inhale as you lift yourself back up, both arms overhead. And exhale, hands down through center and back down through tabletop. We'll switch to the other side. Take a moment to recenter your hips in tabletop. Then extend your left leg out this time. Bottom of the left foot on the mat. Bend the knee to start. Then walk your hands back. Lift your torso up. Lift your forehead up. Hands to the hips. Keep opening that left knee out to the side. And then maybe walk those left toes a little bit farther away from your body. Just stay nice and stable here. Remember, right knee, hip, and shoulder all in one line. Then extend the left arm down, the left leg, right arm up to the sky. Take a nice deep inhale to lengthen through the spine. And exhale, side bend left side. Really stretch that right side body. Try to create space in between each rib as you deepen your breathing here. Keep that right bicep next to the ear. Holding here for 2 slow, deep breaths. Keep the shoulders and the hips square forward. Knee still draws away from the body. One more breath. Use your abdominal muscles to lift yourself back up through center. Exhale, hands down, back through tabletop. All right, from your tabletop, let's extend the right leg back, extend the left leg back, plank pose, then lift your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Our first down dog of the day, so let's take our dog for a walk. You can begin pedaling your legs out, lifting one heel, lifting the other. Just find some movement that calls out to you. You can always do this in tabletop as well if you drop down to your knees and pedal out your legs this way. If you want to break from your wrists in tabletop, you can come to fists, or you can just find another angle that works for you as far as wherever you point your fingers. All right, take 2 more breaths in whatever movement, whatever posture you're in. Just find a last little bit of movement here. And then let's all meet in down dog for a breath here. And on your next inhale, gaze forward. Bend your knees. Exhale, walk or step to the top of the mat. Feet hips width distance. Stay in your forward fold. Feet nice and parallel. Knees can bend as much as you like. Grab opposite elbows. Let the crown of your head draw down towards the mat. Ragdoll pose. If you like, you can gently sway from side to side. Just try to equally press down through all 4 corners of each foot, maintaining your balance and stability here. Again, knees can bend as much as you like. Maybe you're resting your chest on your thighs. Or perhaps you begin to straighten your legs, make this a little more of a hamstring stretch. Let the back of your head be nice and long, chin slightly tucked. And then switch whichever forearm is on top, reclasp opposite elbows. Keep swaying from side to side for 2 or 3 more breaths here. And then gently come back through center. Release the clasp of the elbows. Let the arms hang down. We'll come up to standing but nice and slow. So press down through all 4 corners of each foot. Spin the inner thighs in and back. And then start to lift and stack one vertebrae at a time. Nice, slow, and controlled. Chin being the last thing to arrive. Once you come up through standing, press down through all 4 corners of each foot and inhale as you lift the arms out and up overhead. Exhale, hands down through center and down to the sides. 2 more times. Inhale, raise the arms out and up overhead. And exhale, hands down through center and down to the sides. 1 more time. Inhale, arms out and up overhead. And exhale, hands down through center and down to the sides. Take 2 or 3 slow, deep breaths at the top of your mat. Make sure your feet are nice and parallel, hips width distance, arms down by your sides. One more breath here. All right, let's press down through all four corners of each foot and inhale, raise the arms out and up overhead. Stay here in your Urdhva Hastasana. Soften the shoulders away from the ears. Draw the tailbone down. Lift the frontal hip points up. Soften the shoulders still for one more breath. Now exhale, keep the spine nice and long. Hinge forward, knees can bend, lower into your forward fold. Fingers or palms can rest on the mat. Your feet, your shins, or your thighs. Again, gentle bend in the knees if you'd like. Crown of the head draw down towards the floor. Now, place your hands to the tops of your shins. Inhale as you lift halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. So torso is parallel to the mat. Drawing your hips back, drawing your shoulders back, spine nice and long. On your next exhale, gently release back down into your forward fold. Again, fingertips or palms can rest wherever they feel most comfortable. Knees slightly bent. Just allow the back of your head to be nice and long, back of your neck. One more breath here. And press down through all four corners of each foot. Back up to standing. Inhale, raise the arms out and up overhead. Hold here for 2 breaths. Palms face each other, so thumbs back, pinkies forward. Keep drawing the shoulders down. Draw the tailbone down. Lift the frontal hip points up. Create a nice long spine for one more breath. And exhale, hands down through center and down to the sides. Take a nice deep inhale and exhale. All right, bring your big toes to touch, heels slightly separated, arms down to the sides. Now, place your right foot on top or over and across so that your right foot comes to the left side of your left foot. So the pinky toes are touching. Really press down through both feet and inhale, raise both arms out and up overhead. Now here, interlace your fingers and then just extend your index fingers. So taking that clasping your fingers, just extending your index fingers. Really press down through both feet. We'll add a side bend to the left side. So take a nice deep inhale to lengthen through your spine. Exhale, side bend left side. Just keep pressing down equally through all four corners of each foot. Keep the shoulders squared forward, pelvis squared forward. We're just side bending to our capacity. But really press down, especially through that left foot, and extend out through that right side body. Hold for one more breath. Inhale, lift back up through center. Exhale, hands down through center and down to the sides. Come back to neutral position and then switch. So left foot comes to the outside, that right foot. So left foot in front, pinky toes touching. Inhale, raise the arms out and up overhead. Interlace the fingers opposite thumb on top this time and re-extend just the index fingers together. Really press down through both feet. Inhale, lift and lengthen through your spine. Exhale, side bend right side this time. Keep the biceps next to the ears. Upper body moves all as one unit. So we're not just moving the arms, not just moving the head. It all moves as one unit. Creating length in both sides of the body, left side, especially the right side, trying to breathe in between each rib to create space. Hold for one more breath here. All right, inhale, lift back up through center. And exhale, hands down through center and down to the sides. Back to the top of your mat if you're not already there. Feet hips width distance, arms down to the side. Press down through your feet. Inhale, raise the arms out and up overhead. Exhale, hinge forward, forward fold. Inhale as you lift halfway. And exhale, forward fold. Plant your palms. Keep your left foot forward. Step your right leg back. Drop your right knee down. Right wrist under right shoulder. Inhale as you lift the left fingertips to the sky. Add a twist here just for a breath. And exhale as you gently lower that left arm down. Curl the right toes under. Step the right foot up to meet the left foot. Inhale as you lift halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Press down through your feet. Inhale, raise the arms up, torso up, head up. And exhale, hands down through center and down to the sides. Other side, so press down through your feet. Inhale, arms out and up overhead. Exhale, hinge forward, forward fold. Inhale as you lift halfway. And exhale, forward fold. Plant your palms. This time step your left foot back. Gently release your left knee down. Left palm under the left shoulder. Right arm lifts. Fingertips to the sky. Add your twist just for a half breath. Exhale, gently release that right arm down. Curl the left toes under. Lift the left knee up. Step the left foot to meet the right foot. Inhale, lift halfway. And exhale, forward fold. Press down through your feet. Inhale, raise the arms out and up overhead. And exhale, hands down through center and down to the sides. Let's add on. Press down through both feet. Inhale, raise arms out and up overhead. Exhale, hinge forward, forward fold. Inhale as you lift halfway. And exhale, forward fold. Plant your palms, step both feet back. Plank pose, holding plank pose for 3 breaths. Always have the option to drop down to your knees. Really make sure you're spreading the fingers, pressing down to the base of each finger in each palm, firm in the outer upper arms in. Shoulders stay over the wrists, whether you have the knees up or down. Keep drawing the tailbone towards the backs of the ankles, feet hip width distance apart. Now everyone drop down to your knees, we'll vinyasa through. So we'll shift our torso forward, bend the elbows back, lower all the way all in one piece. When you lower, bring the tops of your feet down. Press your hips down. On your inhale, lift just your head up and the top of your chest up. Baby Cobra. Keep the low rib tips on the mat. Firm the elbows and ankles in. Press down through the tops of the feet. And exhale as you gently release. Keep the knees down. Curl the toes under. Press yourself up in a knees down plank pose. And lift the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Stay in your down dog for 4 to 5 breaths. That vinyasa movement will be advancing throughout class. Always feel free to take the option that works for you. You can advance with us. You can choose another path. You can always skip your vinyasa and come right to down dog. Or you can take a break in child's pose or tabletop. All right, one more breath here in our down dog. Keep pressing your chest back toward your thighs. Then inhale as you gaze forward. Bend the knees. Exhale, walk or step to the top of the mat. Inhale as you lift halfway. And exhale, forward fold. Press down through your feet. Inhale, raise the arms out and up overhead. And exhale, hands down through center and down to the sides. All right. Opening into a wide-legged stance. So face the long edge side of your mat. Start into Tadasana mountain pose. And then separate your legs out wide. Feet stay nice and parallel so ankles still directly behind those center toes. Place your hands to your hips to start. Now use your thumbs to draw your tailbone down, fingers to lift the frontal hip points up. You can take whatever arm variation you'd like in our forward fold we're about to move into. I'm going to interlace my fingers behind my back, bring my wrist to touch, and then straighten my arms. If your fingers don't quite interlace, you can use a strap between both fingers, or just keep your hands at your wrists, or if you'd like, bring your arms out and up overhead. All right, wherever you are, inhale as you send your heart to the sky. Keep that nice long spine. And on your exhale, start to hinge forward at the hip creases, equally pressing down through all 4 corners of the feet, firming the outer thighs in towards the midline. And once you lower about halfway, if your hands were overhead or at your hips, you can lower them below your shoulders, slightly tucking your chin wherever you are. If your hands are interlaced behind your back, keep extending the arms nice and long, lifting off your back a little bit more. Wherever you are, let the back of the neck be nice and long. Try to shift the weight in towards the front of the feet, but keep the heels on the mat. Keep drawing the kneecaps up towards the hip sockets to engage the muscles in the legs for one more breath. All right, now everyone release your fingers, release your palms underneath your shoulders. Lift your torso up halfway, slight bend in the knees, bring your hands to your hips. Press down through your feet and inhale as you lift all the way back up, nice and slowly. Now stay in your wide-legged stance, working our warrior poses. So left leg opens up, left toes face the short edge side of your mat, right back thigh inner rotation just slightly. So the toes are still facing out towards the long edge side. Bend the left knee over that left ankle, then square the shoulders back to the long edge side of the mat. Extend the arms out to a T, settle into your warrior 2 pose. Another cue on the foundation just to look for is the heel to arch alignment. If you were to draw a line from that front heel, it intersects with the back arch and that back foot. Take that or separate your feet a little bit wider for a little more stability. Your gaze can look over those left fingertips. Keep softening the shoulders down away from the ears. Hold for one more breath here. Then release the hands back to the hips, straighten that front leg, reparallel your feet. We'll switch to the other side. So now externally rotate the right leg so the right toes face the short edge side. Slight internal rotation of the back leg. You can look for that heel to arch alignment and then bend that right knee over the right ankle. Try to have that right knee draw towards the pinky side edge as you firm that front thigh in and under. Square the shoulders with the long edge side, extend the arms out to a T shape, palms face down, and then turn your neck to look over those right fingertips. Holding here for 3 to 4 breaths, keep firming that front thigh in and under. Press back to the outer edge of that back foot. Keep your legs nice and stable, equalizing the weight distribution in both legs. Keep lifting out of your hips, create some nice length in the torso for one more breath. And release the hands back to the hips, straighten that leg, reparallel your feet, and then heel toe your feet back into hips with distance. And meet me back at the top of your mat. Arms down by the sides, press down through your feet, and inhale, raise the arms out and up overhead. Exhale, hinge forward, forward fold. Inhale as you lift halfway. Exhale, forward fold, plant your palms, step your right foot back. Right knee is down or up, so option to keep the right knee raised. Placing the right palm back underneath the right shoulder, left arm out to the side. Take an inhale to prepare. Exhale, twist just from the navel up, lift the left fingertips to the sky. So we'll hold for 2 breaths here. Try to rotate the left palm to face forward. Maybe your gaze comes up towards the fingertips. Again, you have the option to raise that right knee. Either way, press back through that right heel for one more breath. Now exhale, gently release the left arm down. You're in your low lunge. Curl the right toes under, lift the right knee up if it isn't already, then drop the right heel down to the right toes face out, setting up for warrior two. Left arm to the inside, right arm up to the sky. Press down through your feet and inhale as you lift up into your warrior two pose. So just another way of getting into warrior two here. Keep drawing the tailbone down. Square the shoulders with the long edge side of the mat. Left knee draws towards that pinky side edge, extending the arms out to a T, palms face down. Turn the neck to look over the left fingertips. We'll set up for side angle pose. So the entire low body stays just as it is. And send the left arm forward. Let the torso come with it. When you can't go any further forward, release the left arm to the inner left thigh. Right arm up to the sky. Palm faces forward. Now, options to advance here, you can stay right here, or if you'd like, with the block to the inside or outside of that front foot, you can lower those left fingertips or palms to the block. Maybe your fingers can lower to the mat. Just keep trying to draw that left knee towards the pinky side edge. Press back to the outer edge of that right foot. Final option, if you'd like, release the right arm. Keep it nice and long, but right bicep next to the right ear with the right palm facing down. So you release it over your head. So really pressing down to the outer edge of that right foot and extending through the right fingertips. Hold for one more breath. Now release the right arm down, left arm to the outside of that left foot. Come up on the back right heel so you're in your low lunge. Send the left foot to meet the right foot, plank pose, vinyasa through. Knees down as you shift forward. Bend the elbows, lower all the way to the mat. Bring the tops of the feet down, hips down. Inhale, lift up into baby cobra, perhaps full cobra, extending the arms, lifting the hips off the mat. Exhale as you gently release. Keep the knees down, curl the toes under. Press yourself up, knees down, plank pose, and lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Stay in your down dog for 3 breaths. Knees can stay slightly bent, feet hips width distance, arms are a little wider, shoulder width distance. Keep firming the outer upper arms in. One more breath here. Now inhale as you gaze forward, bend the knees, exhale, walk your step to the top of the mat. Inhale as you lift halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Press down through your feet, back up to standing, arms out and up overhead. And exhale, hands down through center and down to the sides. Other side here. So press down through your feet. Inhale, arms out and up overhead. Exhale, hinge forward, forward fold. Inhale as you lift halfway. And exhale, forward fold. This time, step your left foot back. Remember, option to keep that left knee raised or lower it back down to the mat. Left palm underneath the left shoulder, right arm out to the side, palm faces down. Take an inhale to prepare. And exhale, right fingertips to the sky, open to your twists. Hold for 2 breaths. Rotate the right palm to face forward to keep that right shoulder nice and open. Maybe get a little bit lighter on those left fingertips for 1 more breath. And exhale, gently release that right arm down. So lift the left knee up if it's down. Then drop the left heel down so the left toes face out, setting up for warrior 2 again. Right arm to the inside, press down through your feet, left arm up to the sky, and then lift your torso up, warrior 2 pose. Settle into your warrior 2 for a breath or 2 here. You can look for that heel to arch alignment, left toes face the long edge side, right toes face the short edge. Shoulder square to the long edge side, right knee drawing towards the pinky side edge. With the palms facing down, soften the shoulders away from the ears, gaze over the right fingertips. Take a nice deep inhale and exhale. All right, side angle pose. Keep the low body just as it is. Extend the right fingertips forward when you can't go any further forward. Right arm to the inside, left arm up to the sky. Find your side angle pose. You can stay right here if you'd like, or lower your right fingertips to the block or to the mat, either to the inside or outside of that right foot. Just keep drawing the right knee towards the pinky side edge and firming that front thigh in and under. Really press back to the outer edge of that back foot. Keep rotating the left palm to face forward. Hold for 1 more breath. Now you have the option to extend the left arm overhead, palm faces down, holding here for 2 more breaths. So whatever variation of side angle pose, just make sure you're taking nice deep breaths. 1 more breath, maybe a smile too. All right, lower that left arm down, right arm down, either side of that right foot. Lift the back left heel up, send the right foot to meet the left foot, vinyasa through or skip it. Knees down or up as you shift forward. Lower all the way to the mat. Top to the feet down, hips down. Inhale, back bend of choice. Baby cobra, full cobra, or maybe upward facing dog with the knees off the mat. Ankles draw in. 1 more breath. Lower the knees down. Lower your chest down. Curl the toes under. With the knees down, lift your hips up and back. All the way to down dog. Coming through knees down plank pose first if you need to. We're all meeting in down dog for 3 breaths here. Keep pressing the heels back and down. Chest draws back towards your thighs. 1 more breath here. All right, inhale as you gaze forward. Bend your knees. Exhale, walk or step to the top of the mat. Feet hips width distance. Inhale, lift halfway. And exhale, forward fold. Press down through your feet. Lift back up to standing, arms out and up overhead. And exhale, hands down through center and down to the sides. Take 2 nice, slow, deep inhales and exhales. All right, meeting back at the top of your mat, feet hips width distance, arms down to the side. Working our different tree variation poses. So start by bringing your hands to your hips, thumbs behind, fingers forward. Use your thumbs to draw your tailbone down, fingers to lift your frontal hip points up. Start by bending the left knee, open the left knee out to the side. And options for your tree pose, you can stay right here, or you can keep the toes on the mat, bring the bottom of the foot into that right shin. Maybe you lift the left toes off the mat, stay below the knee. Or final option, raise the bottom of that left foot into that right thigh. Either option you choose, keep drawing the tailbone down, lifting the frontal hip point up. Here's what's really important. Firm this front thigh in, because it's really easy to just let it fall out. So really firm that front thigh in and press down to the inside edge of that right foot. Keep drawing that knee away from your body, but keep the hips and the shoulders facing forward. Now bring the hands to the center of your chest once you've found your balance. Keep drawing that tailbone down. Keep that nice length in your spine. Final option, if you'd like, grow your branches. Extend the arms up overhead. Palms face each other. Soften the shoulders away from the ears. Holding here for 2 to 3 more breaths. If you want a little bit more of a challenge, maybe sway from side to side. Just find your balance, just like a tree flowing in the wind. One more breath here. And then gently release your hands to the center of your chest. Release your arms. And then arms down by your sides. Shake your legs out. We'll set up for the second side. Feet hips width distance. Bring your hands to your hips to start. Thumbs draw the tailbone down. Fingers to lift the frontal hip points up. Bend the right knee. Open the right knee out to the side. Option 1, stay right here. Next option, bring the bottom of the right foot in. Keep the toes on the mat. Maybe you lift the toes up below the knee. Or maybe you skip, come above the knee, bottom of the right foot into the left thigh. Keep opening that right knee out to the side. Drawing that tailbone down, really firm this left thigh in, left outer hip in. Now, if you like, bring your hands to the center of your chest. Take 2 nice deep inhales and exhales here. One more. Now, if you'd like, grow your branches, extend your arms out and up overhead. Soften the shoulders away from the ears. Keep still a nice long spine, everything nice and engaged. Kneecap draws up towards that hip socket. And if you'd like, you can gently sway from side to side. One more breath, whatever variation you're taking. And now release your hands to the center of your chest. Release your legs down, shake your legs out. We'll set up for our final sequence here. Now, if you have your block, place it up towards the top of your mat, a little bit off to the left side. So top of your mat off to the left side, and then come back to the top of your mat if you're not already there. Extending your arms down to the sides. Take a nice deep inhale. And exhale. Chair pose. So knees bend, hips back, arms come forward. Utkatasana. Palms face each other. Want to avoid arching the spine, so draw the tailbone down, really lift up through those frontal hip points, draw the navel in and up. Keep the ankles, knees, and hips all in one line, and bring the hands to the center of your chest. We'll add a twist here, so a nice deep inhale as you lengthen, and exhale, low body stays just as it is, twist and turn from the navel up to your right. So low body stays just as it is, keep drawing the left hip back, right hip forward. Option to keep your chest up here, or if you'd like to lower, advance, drop the outer edge of that left elbow to the outside of the right knee, and place your thumbs back at your sternum. And that left hip is going to want to rotate forward, so draw the left hip back, really revolve the left ribs under, open the right ribs up to the sky. Hold for one more breath. Exhale, gently release back through center. Take a nice deep inhale to prepare. And exhale, twist to the left. So Utkatasana with the twist here. Again, you can keep your chest up, stay right here. Keep drawing that right hip back. Or if you'd like, lower the outside of that right elbow to the outside of the left knee. Keep drawing the right hip back. It always wants to come forward. And try to keep your ankles, knees, and hips all in one line. Whatever variation you're taking, hold for one more breath. And then exhale, let's release into our forward fold. Stay for 2 breaths in your forward fold. Knees can bend if you'd like. Resting your fingers or your palms wherever they fall most comfortably. One more breath here in your forward fold. Now inhale as you lift halfway, hands to the shins, nice flat back. And exhale, forward fold. Plant your palms, step both feet back into our plank pose. We'll vinyasa through. So knees down or up as you shift forward. Bend your elbows lower all the way to the mat. Bring the tops of the feet down, hips down. Inhale, back bend of choice. Baby cobra, full cobra, maybe upward facing dog. Keep firm in the outer upper arms in. Exhale as you gently release. Curl the toes under. Knees down or up as you lift your hips up and back all the way into downward facing dog. Now, from our down dog, lift the left leg up and back to hip height, so left leg first. Keep the knee and the toes facing down, then bend the left knee into your chest, shift forward, step the left foot up to the top of the mat. From your low lunge, drop your right heel down, setting up for warrior two posture again. Left arm to the inside edge, right arm up to the sky. Press down through your feet and inhale, lift up into your warrior two pose. Now keep squaring your shoulders to the long edge side of your mat. This time we'll straighten the front leg. So straighten the front leg, left big toe presses down. Really draw the left kneecap up towards this left hip socket and lift up through those hips. Setting up for triangle pose here. Start by sending the hips back as the left arm comes forward, torso comes with it, and then drop and lower your left arm to the inside or outside of that left thigh, right arm up to the sky. This is where if you want to grab your block, you can place it to the inside or outside of that left foot, and releasing your fingertips or palms either to the block or to the ground. With the shoulders stacked, rotate the right palm to face forward, holding for just one more breath. Keep pressing out through that left big toe. Slight bend in the front knee as you lift yourself back up. Settle back into your warrior two pose. All right, from your warrior two pose, step the right leg a little bit closer to the left heel, so a shortened warrior two. Right leg comes a little bit closer, so you have a shortened warrior two. Make sure that block is to in front of that left foot and slightly to the outside of the pinky side edge of that front foot. Now we're setting up for Ardha Chandrasana half moon pose. All right. From here, start by dropping your right hand to your right hip. Again, make sure that back leg stepped in just slightly. And then shift your torso forward. Lower the left arm to the block or to the mat. And then lift the right leg up and back so that the back leg is parallel to the mat, foot is flexed, Ardha Chandrasana. Really open and try to stack your shoulders. Just let your hips be wherever they want. Keep the left toes facing forward, slight bend in that front knee if you need it, and keep lifting up through that inner right thigh. Back foot stays flexed, so the knee and the toes face away from your body. Maybe you get a little bit lighter. If you fall out, that's fine. Just come right back in. We have 2 more breaths here in our Ardha Chandrasana half moon pose. Keep firming that front outer thigh in towards the midline for one more breath. Now bend that front knee, release that right leg back, come back into your warrior two. Let's reverse our warrior, drop the right arm down, left arm up to the sky. Exhale as you lift up and spiral both arms to either side of that left foot. Lift up on the back right heel, send the left foot to make the right foot, and then hips lift up and back, downward facing dog. We'll switch to the other side. So lift the right leg up and back to hip height. Keep pressing the chest back towards the thighs. Back foot is flexed, so knee and the toes face down towards the mat. And then bend the right knee into your chest, shift forward, step the right foot up to the top of the mat, low lunge. Drop the right heel down, setting up for a warrior two. Right arm to the inside edge, press down through your feet, lift the left arm up to the sky, and then lift your torso up, settle into your warrior two pose. We know to keep drawing this right knee towards the pinky side edge. Soften the shoulders away from the ears. All right, this time we'll straighten the front leg. Keep pressing down through that right big toe. Lift the right kneecap up towards the hip socket. And then shift the hips back as the right fingers come forward. Let the torso come with it. And then release the right arm to the inside or outside of the left shin or thigh. Maybe the fingertips or palm come to the block or to a mat. The left arm up to the sky, rotating the left palm to face forward. Maybe you turn your neck to look up towards those left fingertips. Just keep a slight bend in that front knee, pressing down through that right big toe. Hold for one more breath in our Trikonasana, triangle pose. Slight bend in the front knee. Inhale as you lift yourself back up, and then lower back into your warrior two. All right, setting up for Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose again. So step that back foot in just about a foot closer to the front heel. Set up your block if you're using that, about a foot in front of, and to the outside of the pinky side edge of that front foot. Now keep the low body just as it is to start, and then send the right arm forward. Release the right fingertips to the block or to a mat. And then shift forward as you lift the left leg up to hip height, flexing the back toes. Keep lifting up through that inner left thigh. And then revolve the right ribs under to allow your shoulders to stack. Maybe you turn your neck to look up towards those left fingertips. Just find your balance here. Keep pressing down through the inside edge of that base of that front foot. Firm that outer thigh in. Keep lifting up through the back leg. The foot flex, the knee and the toes face out away from your body. Hold for one more breath. Maybe get a little bit lighter on those right fingers or palm. And then bend that front knee, release back into your warrior two for just a breath here. And left arm behind, right arm up overhead, reverse your warrior. Keep that front knee bent. And then lift yourself back up. Spiral both arms to either side of that front foot. Lift up on the back left heel, right foot to the left foot. Last vinyasa option here. Knees down or up as you shift forward. Bend the elbows, lower all the way or halfway down. Tops of the feet down. Inhale, lift up into your back bend of choice. Curl the toes under. Lift your hips up and back. Last downward facing dog. Hold your down dog for 2 more breaths here. And then gently shift your hips forward, lower your knees to the mat, bring the tops of your feet to the mat. Send your hips back to your heels, lower your forehead to the mat, child's pose. Take 3 to 4 breaths in your child's pose. One more breath here. All right, gently lift your forehead up, lift your hips up off your heels, send your legs off to the side. With your legs extended out in front of you, we'll separate them out wide, just to your capacity, setting up for Upavista Konasana. So your feet are flexed, your legs are separated, you're sitting on your hips. Now, it can be a little bit challenging to sit up straight here. I know it is for me. So what I like to do is just roll up my mat or sit up on a block or a towel just to give myself a little bit more elevation. I'm going to roll up my mat, place my sit bones, and then extend my legs out wide. So you can find what works for you. So just if you need to, place some elevation underneath those sit bones. Whatever allows you to sit with a nice long spine. So keep the feet flexed, draw them back towards your face, especially those pinky side edges. Now option to stay right here, or you can add a forward fold. So inhale, bring the arms out and up overhead. Keep that length and exhale, hinge forward, forward fold. Avoid rounding your spine, but you can release your fingertips or palms to the mat. Chin slightly tucks. Keep drawing the toes back toward your face. Gentle spin of the inner thighs in and down. Kneecaps draw up towards the hip sockets. Hold in your forward fold for about 3 slow, deep breaths here. One more breath. All right, gently start to walk your hands back, lifting your torso up. You can release whatever is underneath you. And then bring your legs back through center, knees bend. And then with your hands down by your sides, keep your knees bent, bring the bottoms of your feet to the mat. Your wrist face forward, and your wrists are a little bit behind your hips. We're setting up for Parsvottanasana. Now firm the outer upper arms in. Really press down through all 4 corners of each foot, pressing down through the base of each finger in each palm. Take a nice deep inhale to prepare. And exhale, lift your hips up, pelvis up, chest up. Purvottanasana. So we're lifting the hips up. So this is a little different from the bridge pose. You want to keep your neck engaged, chin slightly tucked. Keep firming those outer upper arms in. Hold for one more breath. And exhale as you gently release your hips back down to the mat. Now, next option, we can repeat that if you'd like. You can skip it and just stay right here. Or if you want a little bit more advanced, begin to straighten your legs. Keep your knees just slightly bent, but extend your legs forward, heels on the ground. So the bottoms of your feet are probably off the mat now. If you're extending your legs, that's fine. Just makes it a little more challenging with your legs extended. So whatever option you're taking, keep firming the outer upper arms in. Take a nice deep inhale. Then exhale, lift your hips up, pelvis up, chest up. Again, keep your chin slightly tucked. You can let your head fall back just a little bit, but keep the neck engaged. And with your knees either bent or straight, extend and lengthen through the spine. Hold for one more breath. And exhale, gently release the hips down. Send your hips up closer to your heels. And then we'll gently lower onto our spines. Hold on to your shins or your thighs, gently lower. Bring the knees into your chest, gentle squeeze here. You can slowly rock side to side, giving that low back a little massage. All right, keep the knees bent, release the bottoms of the feet to the mat. Then let the knees fall into touch and separate the feet out wide. So knees in, feet out wide. Extend your arms out to a T shape or a field goal post. Then gently let your knees rock from side to side. A great just low back release. Just find some little bits of movement here. Gentle sway side to side. And then the next time both knees are off to the right side, stay there. We'll add a full spinal twist. Option to place the outside of your right ankle on top of that left thigh. And then final option, turn your neck to look away from your knees over towards your left fingertips. We'll hold in our spinal twist here for 3 to 4 slow, deep breaths. Last breath here. All right, let's turn our gaze to look back up towards the sky. Release the ankle from on top of the knee. Keep the feet wide. Bring the knees back up through center, so recenter your hips. And then drop the knees off to the left side. Option to place the outside of that left ankle on top of the right thigh. It just allows a little deeper stretch into the outside right thigh. Now, if you'd like, turn your neck to look away from your body. And then 3 to 4 slow, deep breaths here. Last breath. All right, gaze comes back up through center. Release the ankle from on top of the knee. Recenter your hips, bring your knees back up. And draw your knees into your chest again. Wrap your hands around your shins or your thighs. Gentle squeeze. Then separate your knees out wide. Happy baby pose. Bring the bottoms of your feet to face up towards the sky. And then your arms can either hold around your thighs, around the outsides of your shins, or if they hold the outsides of your feet, bring your elbows to the insides of your knees. Whatever option you choose, try to keep your shoulders and the back of your and your low back rooted on the mat. You can stay in the center or gently sway from side to side. Maybe you extend one leg, extend the other. Just find some last little bits of movement here. All right, let's meet back in the center. Release the clasps of your feet, hips or shins. Draw your knees back into your chest, knees and feet together. Wrap your hands around your shins or your thighs. Draw everything in. And slightly tuck your chin. Lift the back of your head and your shoulders off the mat. Come into an egg shape. Try and squeeze everything together. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze for one more breath. And exhale, release and extend. Extend the legs nice and long. Arms draw over your head, fingertips away from your body. So point the toes, extend the fingertips nice and long. Full body stretch, stretch, stretch. And exhale, release. Arms down by the sides. Keep the legs nice and long. Knees and the feet fall out to the sides. We'll settle into our final pose of practice here, Shavasana. If you prefer any other variation, feel free to take that, perhaps with your knees bent and the palms of your feet together, maybe like a towel or your mat rolled up underneath your knees. Whatever option you take, just make sure that you know this is a time to find stillness, allowing your body to settle, and ultimately to allow your mind to find peace. Once you begin to settle, your eyes can gently soften or maybe close your eyes completely. Just allow yourself to be here. All right, let's begin to bring some awareness back into our bodies. You can wiggle your fingers and your toes. Rotate your wrists and your ankles. Extending your legs nice and long, switching directions in those rotations. And now let's come back to stillness for one last breath here on our backs. Now gently and slowly begin to draw your knees into your chest as you roll over to one side of your body. Let your knees stack, let your arms stack. Stay for a breath here on your side. Now keeping your eyes softened, try to use your top arm to press yourself up into a comfortable cross-legged seat to complete your practice today. In your comfortable cross-legged seat, you can rest your palms on tops of your knees. Palms can face up or bring your hands into the center of your chest. Let's all take a nice deep inhale in together and exhale. Thank you all for joining me for your practice today. The light and love in me acknowledges and honors the light and love in each one of you. Thank you. Peace. All right. Thank you all so much for joining me for practice. Really special to take this journey with you all, starting back in, I guess, March is when we started this YouTube channel and did maybe 3, 4 classes a week, transitioned to 2, 1, and we were just all over the place with our classes. And it was a lot of fun to start that in Baltimore with the green screen, some of you may be familiar with, where we went to different locations, and then eventually making it down here to the DRL. And thank you so much for your message. Yes, I appreciate your encouragement. And yes, the videos will all still be up on the channel. I think we made over 100, 115 or so, so there's plenty of there to watch. You may have some favorites, either location or sequences. Oliver and Coney have always been fun to make their appearances and make things fun here, so I hope you appreciated their presence in class as well. Just want to thank you all so much for, again, joining me on this journey, and we'll see what comes next. I will still be teaching virtually through Free Baltimore Yoga for the next couple of months, so you can always check me out there on their Facebook page. Otherwise, hit me up. Any ways to contact me, either in the video description or ways to contact me by now. So just let me know how you're doing, and maybe we'll take a class together sometime in the future. All right, well, thank you so much again. Take the feeling that you have now into the rest of your day and the rest of your week, and I'll see you next time. Thank you so much. Again, my name is Daniel. Peace.